The entire nation was celebrating, but one man was completely destroyed. Just 24 hours after Song Hye Kyo's private wedding photos leaked online, Lee Min-ho was spotted at Incheon Airport, alone, silent, and visibly shaken. Sources close to the actor say he hadn't spoken to anyone in days. Why? Because he thought she was waiting for him. Yes, you heard that right. For years, behind the cameras and flashing lights, Lee Min-ho believed he had a silent promise with Song Hye Kyo. A secret connection, one that fans never saw coming. But now, she's married. And the groom? It's not Lee Min-ho. Not even close. Whispers of betrayal, hidden messages in interviews, and a mystery man no one expected. This love story takes a shocking turn. The entire nation was celebrating, but one man was completely destroyed. Just 24 hours after Song Hye Kyo's private wedding photos were leaked online, Lee Min-ho was seen walking through Incheon Airport, head down, no entourage, no smile. A man who usually radiates charm and confidence now looked completely broken. Why? Because according to sources close to him, he believed she was waiting for him. It all started with an unexpected reunion. Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo attended a high-profile luxury brand event in Seoul. While the cameras caught nothing but polite smiles, eyewitnesses say their chemistry backstage was undeniable. According to one staff member, they weren't acting like just colleagues. There was a softness in their eyes, like there was something unspoken between them. Fans quickly began speculating. Were they finally getting close? After all, both were single. Both had been through painful public breakups. And both had always spoken highly of each other. In a 2022 interview, Lee Min-ho had even said, "There's one actress I wish I'd worked with earlier. She's elegant, powerful, and unforgettable." He didn't name names. But fans instantly guessed, Song Hye Kyo. Out of nowhere, the internet exploded. Leaked photos showed Song Hye Kyo in a traditional wedding gown, smiling, genuinely happy, for the first time in years. But the man beside her wasn't Lee Min-ho. It was a mysterious, non-celebrity businessman, someone completely off the radar. According to Korean media outlets, the ceremony was held in complete secrecy, with no celebrity guests and zero fanfare. Even her closest drama co-stars didn't know. So how did Lee Min-ho not know? Sources say Lee Min-ho was blindsided. He found out about the wedding online, just like everyone else. A close friend allegedly told Dispatch. He had been quietly waiting. He thought they were building something real, in private. But now, it's like everything he believed was a lie. In late 2023, rumors began swirling that Lee Min-ho had turned down a major international drama to focus on something personal. At the time, people assumed it was a break. Now, fans wonder, was he making space for someone? Could it be that he had expected a future with Song Hye Kyo? This feels like betrayal. My heart breaks for Lee Min-ho. They had something. You could see it in their eyes during that CF shoot. Why didn't she tell him? The emotional storm only intensified when fans noticed that Lee Min-ho deleted a series of recent Instagram posts the day the wedding was announced. No statement. No words. Just silence. Sometimes the deepest heartbreak isn't loud, it's quiet. It's when someone walks away without telling you why. In a recently resurfaced interview, Song Hye Kyo had said, "I've learned not to chase what isn't mine. Sometimes, love comes from the least expected place." Many now believe she had moved on, quietly, while everyone, including Lee Min-ho, held on to something that no longer existed. But here's the real twist. The man she married is reportedly a childhood friend who had been living overseas for years. He is a businessman, far from the spotlight. Their relationship blossomed in private, away from media pressure. Some fans now say, maybe she just wanted peace. Maybe fame was never part of her love story. Lee Min-ho hasn't commented publicly. He's currently on a solo vacation in Switzerland, according to fan sightings. No interviews. No updates. Just distance. And maybe, that's what he needs. Because sometimes, even stars get their hearts broken. Even the most loved man in Korea can be left asking, was it all real, or just in my head? They never dated publicly. But the silence between them may have said more than words ever could. They never dated publicly. But the silence between them may have said more than words ever could. Online forums lit up across the globe. Thousands of fans, especially those who had quietly shipped the two for years, shared messages of shock, heartbreak, and confusion. One viral post on Twitter read, "It's not about shipping anymore. It's about two lonely people who could have healed each other, but didn't." Another fan from the Philippines wrote, "I stayed up at 2 a.m. refreshing the news, hoping someone would say it's not real. That Song Hye Kyo didn't really get married. That Lee Min-ho still had a chance." But as time passed, the truth became clear. The wedding happened. Lee Min-ho was never invited. And he never saw it coming. Why didn't she tell him? Why end it so quietly, with no goodbye? Some insiders believe Song Hye Kyo chose silence out of kindness. She didn't want to reopen old wounds or feed media speculation. She wanted to begin her new chapter in peace. Others believe it was because there was nothing left to say. Just 2 days after the wedding, Lee Min-ho posted a photo of a misty mountain view with the simple caption, "Even the strongest hearts can break quietly." Fans flooded the comments with support. "Stay strong, Oppa. You deserve happiness too. Maybe the right person is still out there for you. We will always stand by you, no matter what." According to a well-known K-drama producer who had worked with both stars, they always respected each other professionally. But sometimes, timing is everything. Maybe in another life, things would have worked out differently. There had even been talks of casting them in a romance drama together next year. But with the wedding now official, those plans have reportedly been cancelled. As fans, we often dream of perfect love stories between our favorite stars. But real life is messier, quieter, and sometimes, full of unanswered questions. Lee Min-ho now seems to be taking time off, focusing on healing, and spending time away from the spotlight. Meanwhile, Song Hye Kyo is said to be enjoying her honeymoon in Italy, completely unreachable by the press. In an interview from 2019, she once said, "Love doesn't always shout. Sometimes it slips away, gently, like a wave pulling back from the shore." Looking back now, those words feel almost prophetic. Whether this was a case of missed timing, unspoken love, or a one-sided bond, we may never know the full story. But what we do know is this. Even the brightest stars carry scars. And even the strongest hearts can break when the one person they waited for walks down the aisle with someone else. Maybe Lee Min-ho's true love story hasn't started yet. Maybe the best is still ahead. Or maybe, some stories are never meant to end in happily ever after. They're meant to be remembered, quietly, beautifully, and with a little bit of pain.